Hey everyone, welcome back to maybe another episode. Maybe this is a continuation of the last episode of Fate Stay Night Remastered. I don't know yet because I didn't. I don't know if I want to make one big long finale or how long the rest of the game is from here, or what. So I'm just trying to record as much as I can, and hopefully get to the end of the game today. I wasn't able to last night when I was recording. But I was actually able to get home at a pretty decent time today. I actually got back at 4:30, which would be like quote unquote normal time for me. Granted, my sense of normalcy is changing, but anyways, got back, did a workout, and now I ate my dinner and feeling pretty good. Feeling like recording for a good little bit. I've been having a lot of fun with it lately, especially with where this story has been so far. So without further ado, let's get on with it or continue or whatever we're doing. There should be no question. 10 years ago, the Grail was incomplete, yet filled with power. It was within reach. So I touched it. You and Kiritsugu proved too strong, and I wished for a diversion to separate the both of you. What ensued shook me, even me. When you say you wish, he said, so I touched and I wished for a diversion. Does that mean he used the Grail in that wish? Anytime I see the word wish, I immediately think you use the Grail. But it could be like, I just hoped that, there'd be a diversion. Not necessarily I actively wished for it. Wait. That means he's the one that caused the fire? You caused the fire with the Grail? Perhaps. Had I been someone else, the Grail may still have done the same, or at least something similar. That is in its nature. It is called the Omnipotent Chalice, but only blood, darkness, and curses fill it. Only blood, darkness, and curses fill it. Huh. Okay. So if you're vague with your wish, bad things happen, essentially. Because, that's a good point. Like, it may be the quote-unquote holy grail, but it's built on bloodshed and war and all these different things. So, and I wish was him using the grail. Did you not witness that as well? What emerged when you destroyed the vessel bathed Archer in its darkness? Perhaps you would not have become lost in this world had you not destroyed the Grail. Cease your drivel. The Holy Grail is a wish-granting vessel. It grants the wishes of the one to possess it, so you must have wished for that fire. Indirectly, but yeah, I get what you're saying though. I only wish for what resulted. I had no such designs on the process by which it happened. I merely desired that everyone be gone from that place. Well, when you put it that way, it's either fire or an atomic bomb that's gonna get dropped on everybody. And we know how the Japanese feel about atomic bombs, so they probably didn't feel like writing that in. You, on the other hand, seem to be lacking in imagination. Grant wishes. Certainly. But how will a wish be granted? Did you expect the world to change instantly? ... I do not know what the original Holy Grail might have been, but this one is merely concentrated power. Do we ever, like in Fate, in all of Fate, do we ever know what the original was like, or like what its purpose was? It is incapable of calculations or corrections. It is simply a power source. Yeah. Think of it like a weapon. If the one who possesses it wishes for riches, it will kill all around them, thus granting its possessor their riches, their wish. Do you understand? It is a defective vessel that can only grant wishes through destruction. So, like, it has to destroy to grant a wish? So, like, if Saber somehow did wish for, like, to go back and redo, would it... Well, I mean, I guess it is technically destroying time in order to do that. I don't know. That's interesting. I'm very curious to see how different wishes fed into it, how it would interpret it, and proceed to go about fulfilling it. Well, that is not what I was promised. The Grail is supposed to grant any wish to the one who possesses it. And so it does. The Grail's methodology, though, is brutally practical. I dare say. Sometimes, for one to live, another must die. Such equivalent exchange can be found all over the world. Okay, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. A miracle would require a means by which to make itself possible. That's also just a general rule of physics. I say it like Brotherhood did it first or something. A wish does not come true if one is concerned about things like equity. To enact such a paradigm shift would require the sacking of that which is lesser, an alteration via the most efficient method. I can only imagine what Saber must feel. If what Kodamine says is true, this is not the Grail she wanted. Yeah, she wanted a very, clean-cut way of going about things, I'm sure. Plus, the whole, killing people thing, her, kind of idealism wouldn't let her do that. It's merely power to fuel the possessor's wish. It grants its owner's wish at the cost of everything else. So that is the true face of this supposedly omnipotent power. Then... Oh wait, different, completely opposite voice. Then, the Grail. It is a tainted vessel that destroys all but its bearer. You will understand once you lay eyes upon it. It is truly a curse-given form. Well, didn't you say you had it? And then Gilgamesh showed up, right? I'm still wondering if Gilgamesh is somehow, the Grail incarnated this time around. And that is a delight to my ears. To touch the Holy Grail is a dream for a man of the cloth such as myself, but this Grail would kill everything and everyone. To hold such power in my hands would be a dream come true. Why does that kick your kicks off? That seems kind of contradictory. Are you saying, because I've been withheld from such a curse my whole life and, from evil, I just want to touch evil this one time? The priest laughs. Insert laughter here. This time, it's not for show. He laughs in pure delight. It makes me realize this is a man entirely without humanity. More than anyone else, he absolutely cannot get the Grail. Farewell then. See to this garbage, Lancer. Kill the boy. Archer, defeat Saber. Oh, so we're getting paired off one-on-one. He's not even gonna try to fight. I'm sure he's a mage, right? I mean, obviously, to some degree, he has to be. The priest turns on his heel and ascends the stairs. All that remains are me, who can barely move from my injuries, Kodamine's 2 servants, and Saber. Okay, I was about to say, and Saber, standing ready to guard me, glaring at our enemies. I think for this to be possible, she's gonna have to let me fight one of them. Who would I fight, though? Because I'm the one that dealt the blow against Gilgamesh. But Cuchulainn... I don't know. I don't know how I would deal against... Or how Shirou would deal with Cuchulainn. A tense moment passes. We need to beat Gilgamesh and Lancer if we're going to have any hope of getting back to the surface. But I don't care about defeating them. If we could regroup somehow, maybe. But... Shirou. Saber's voice is quiet, but her eyes never leave the enemy. I know I am asking much of you, but stay by my side, at all costs. She grips my hand firmly in her own. I can tell she's ready to go at any moment. Go as in die, or go as in fight? Alright, I'll do my best to follow you, so don't worry about me. I nod back. Love this partnership now that they're like on the same page about everything. I can barely, well, maybe not everything, but most everything. I can barely walk. We both understand just how bad this is. But Saber is telling me she will do everything she can to get me through this. What can I do but agree? No, you won't. We're just gonna roll over and die. It's fine. I mean, I guess he could have that attitude, but... I have full confidence in you. Her voice is quiet, but firm. Now! Alright. Let's see what goes. How this goes. At that moment, she lets go of my hand to charge ahead. Woo! Both shadows, they just PowerPoint slide transition towards us. Both shadows react to her in an instant. Gah! Whoa. Saber and I are struck dumb. What just happened? Lancer jerks his spear off course away from me and straight for Gilgamesh. What? Why? Okay, I mean, hey, we're not gonna complain, but like, why? Who bats the attack aside with a long sword as if he'd expected it. Missed, my bad. Your accuracy certainly leaves something to be desired, dude. Both men withdraw, unhurried and unconcerned. Let me remind you, the mongrel is yours, Saber is mine to deal with, right? Like, get it straight, man. My bad. But I don't really care anymore. He didn't give the order with the command spell, so he can choke for all I care. Okay, bud. As he says this, Lancer turns to face Gilgamesh, almost as if protecting us. Oh. What? Lancer, you... I'm very curious about his motive here. If you're gonna say something stupid, save your breath. This isn't me helping you, I'm just sticking to my own code. I guess he would be kind of... If Command Spell had prompted him to attack us earlier in the series, then makes sense that he's now just able to do whatever. Lancer levels his spear at Gilgamesh. We can finally know like a little bit more about him and his motives. His intent is clear. He actually does mean to let us go. Okay. Honestly, I've had it up to here with him anyway. I'm not doing what he says anymore. I'm cutting Kodamine off right here. Uh-oh. You're breaking your contract with him? So you're willing to be eliminated here and now? Even with the Grail in reach? I'm nothing like you. I couldn't give less of a crap about having a second life or whatever. No hero worth a dang would care that much for such a thing. We've got no attachment to this world. Heroes really only care about promises left unfilled. Yeah, I guess, as we've seen through Saber's eyes, that's very true. Not that I expect the greedy butthole like you to understand that. Is that so? One who experienced such a radiant end must speak thusly, and I suppose this betrayal is owed to a hero's pride as well. You certainly chose a difficult code to live up to, Lancer. What is the code? Like, what is his moral code that he's referring to? The air behind Gilgamesh warps. Weapons appear out of nowhere in the space behind him. By the way, sometimes when I ask questions, it is kind of rhetorical. It's more just like, hey, I wonder where this is going to go. I'm sure in future routes we're going to explore these characters and get to know a lot of them a lot more. ... Lancer. He possesses the originals of Noble Phantasms. He is the king of heroes, the man whose story is the oldest ever recorded. Even you cannot defeat him. Dang. A guy who destroyed his own country to do whatever the heck he wanted. No wonder he's so full of it. Lancer, this is no time for bravado. Are they gonna can we tag team him? 3v1? That would increase our chances a lot. Well, shut it. You ain't the boss of me. Me defending you here isn't the same as me siding with you. Fair. Man, this is why I can't stand you chivalrous types. In his own way, Lancer's urging Saber to run. I guess, essentially, yeah. I really wish we could team up, though. Like, temporarily, just to deal with Gilgamesh. That would increase our odds of winning a lot. Saber hangs her head for a moment. Then farewell. I will return the favor if I can. Taking my hand, she makes for the stairs. Love the hand-holding. Oh darn, it seems I let them go. Oh no, I'm just so casual about it. Oh wait, this is the complete... That's the wrong voice. Oh darn, it seems I let them go, bro. You want to hit this bong with me? It does kind of sound stonerous as well, where I've taken the voice more recently. Gilgamesh just watches us, making no move to follow. Wasn't Saber yours? Aren't you gonna go after her? Frankly, the command I was given did not suit me. Had you not done as you have here, I might have done so in your stead. So they were always gonna kind of fight each other. Why do they got beef? Why can't they just, you know, get rid? I mean, they would be on the winning side collectively. I don't know. I don't know these characters and their motives. Saber must still be worried about how I'm doing, as we don't move very fast. The pain, on the other hand, doesn't much care how slowly we're moving, as it doesn't dull in the slightest. The rising tension and sense of impending violence grows. What's that? You wanted to let Saber go? Of course. I had no intention of killing her. She's mine. I'm gonna marry her. And, you know, do other things that this translation didn't talk about that one of my commenters let me in on that is kind of gross and disgusting, but I'ma do that, bruh. However, I suppose I can't wait about idly if I want the Grail. Yeah, I mean, to get the full power of the Grail, you kind of... Somebody here... A couple somebody's got to die to fill it the rest of the way up. Well, just one. Actually, he does point this out. I need but one more servant to die for a complete ritual. Alright, there's his Noble Phantasms. A multitude of swords appears in the darkened basement. The Golden Knight smirks. This was why he was ready for Lancer's surprise attack. Lancer wasn't the only one planning to turn on his would-be ally. Well, clap. So you planned this from the get-go? Totally. Did you not hear me? We are, I suppose, of like mind in this situation. I still don't understand that. Offer my acknowledgement, Kukulane. You have scripted the most pleasant of circumstances. The two come together. We make it out just before I see the initial volley. Geez, I wonder who'll win. Could it be the dude that's like all powerful and stuff? And it's cracked out of his mind? Or is it the guy that just has spear? I mean, accurate spear, but spear. Ugh. I stop. I make it out of the church, but my body tells me it's reached its limit. Well, here's a grave. Why don't you go ahead and lie down in it? Shirou, let us rest here. Your body will not last like this. Yeah, I hate that I'm causing you so much trouble. I lean away from Saber's shoulders and sit on the grass. Nah. My chest wound is still there. It stopped bleeding, but there's still a gaping hole in my chest. I feel... sick. Yeah, no doubt. The pain might be gone, but I've still got a hole right through me. Yeah. I would... The pain? What do you... I mean, I guess if you're in shock, then yeah. Just looking at it makes me sick to my stomach. More than that, I can't believe I'm still alive. Yeah, you have a hole through you. Most people don't live through that. Shirou. Oh, she took the armor back off. Interesting. Shirou, please show me your wound. That or we're just reusing an old drawing because we don't feel like making a new one. Oh. Okay. Please excuse me. It may hurt a bit, but please bear with me. Saber's fingers trail over my chest. And then... I don't know what she's thinking, but Saber places her hand on my chest and lets it sink into my body? Question mark, exclamation point. Ah! My entire body jerks and bucks in response. Saber's hand is relentless, moving around inside. Oh! I thought, like, just kind of pressed up against my chest. You meant, like, she's digging around in the hole. Ugh, okay. Idiot! What are you? She's touching my She's touching my organs with her bare hands. How could that not be so blindingly painful? It should hurt, but... Huh? There's absolutely no pain. In fact, everywhere Saber touches, feels like the pain is fading. What is she? There's some kind of thing that she's not letting us on to. I am done, Shirou. I have replenished the Sheath's magical energy. Your wound should heal in half a day. The Sheath's magical energy. Obviously referring to Shirou. She draws her hand from my chest, looking relieved. Sheath? I have no idea what she's talking about. Saber, what do you mean by Sheath? You mentioned it before, but... Are you talking about your Sheath? Saber's Sheath. That thing, that image that we're looking at right now. It has to be Excalibur's Sheath. Invisible air isn't her sheath. The legendary sheath of Excalibur is a noble phantasm that makes its possessor immortal. What? Oh, is Shirou a noble phantasm? Wait, how would that... How could he be that if he is? But she doesn't have it. Right, so it's you, but how is it you? King Arthur died in the Battle of Camlann because that sheath was lost. So there's no way Saber has Excalibur's sheath right now. Yes. My sheath is inside your body. How? Not realizing that until last night is my failure. How was your sheath just shoved inside of my body? What happened? What? Why? When? What? Inside me? That sounds kind of absurd. That's what I've been saying. You really think so? It is actually quite simple, really. You summoned me. It was foolish to think you were able to do that by sheer coincidence. Oh, wait, what? So it wasn't like he summoned her and then he became the sheath or had the sheath embedded into him. He was the sheath and therefore was the reason he was able to summon Saber. That's why, like, he didn't have to do anything fancy like Tosaka did. It just kind of happened. To summon a heroic spirit, one must possess a symbol that has some connection to that heroic spirit. As you had no knowledge of being master, nor any experience as a mage, you must have had some sort of connection to me. But how would I have it inside of me? Did Kiritsugu just make me swallow it one day? That is where my sheath, the lost sheath of Excalibur, comes in. Well, that might be true, but I'm like a dude, a person, so why something like that inside me? Well, right, but how? I expect that was Kiritsugu's doing. In the previous war, Kiritsugu Amiya summoned me using Excalibur's sheath as a catalyst, as the sheath is a noble phantasm that heals the possessor's wounds. So, if he just has a noble phantasm, what, excuse me, why aren't more of these noble phantasms just laying to and fro? Why is this such a one-off occasion? Or maybe they are laying to and fro. I mean, we only have 7 examples of different different heroic spirits, these people, to really be able to see an example of that. But still, as the Kiritsugu must have determined that it would be advantageous to hold on to it rather than return it to me. I am already able to heal myself, which makes it difficult to kill me. Physically heal yourself, or like your energy? Allowing the master, who is more vulnerable, to hold the sheath would increase his chances of winning the war. So my old man survived the war pretty much the same way as I've been surviving. Yeah, just through having the sheath. But how is it inside you? Most likely, yes. And when the war was over, and I disappeared, Kiritsugu was wandering through the fiery ruins and found a dying child. He did not have any healing powers, and it was probably too late anyway. And so, he saw only one method to save the child. Okay. So I was dying. I wasn't like I was all good, walking about like I was severely injured. I don't know, some of the depictions of Shirou's past was like, he was okay, like obviously emotionally scarred, but like he was okay enough that he could have helped people if he wanted to. But that doesn't seem to be the case here. It seems like gravely wounded. ... Oh, excuse me. My hand goes to my chest. On that day, 10 years ago, I accepted death as I was looking up at the sky. My whole body was burned. Okay, mortally wounded, or fatally wounded. Maybe I really was little more than cinders. So when Kiritsugu found a kid that was barely alive... Excuse me. I'm just burping a lot. And yawning. So when Kiritsugu found a kid that was barely alive, he had to rely on the one thing he had with him. The sacred sword sheath, said to protect the possessor's life. By implanting the sheath in me, he saved the child who was on the verge of death. How have you not, in all of your life, granted, you weren't having people with big swords stab you and slice you in half and stuff, but how did you never notice this in your entire life? Between the fire and now, like, or before the holy, sorry, I didn't mean to hit my mic. Before the Holy Grail War, how did you not experience like even a somewhat serious wound, like a broken bone, a sprain, a kind of bad cut, stuff like that would have just gone away? By implanting the sheath in me, oh yeah, I already read that. So you're saying... Yes, it has been disassembled and lacks its original shape, but your body does contain the sheath. This is the source of your healing abilities. But I almost died when Lancer stabbed me at school and... That's right. Well, Tosaka did use a lot of magic on me. Would that, like, almost kickstart the sheath powers? Question mark? Almost like recharging a battery? Someone saved me then. By the time I came to, there was nobody there, just a piece of rock laying next to me. How has Tosaka this entire time not once been like, hey, by the way, I'm the reason you're alive? I felt that was really important, so I brought it home. I wonder if it's still there. Yeah, piece of rock. The pendant Tosaka left behind. That is before you and I had formed a contract. Oh, so her Noble Phantasm, like, couldn't be or couldn't work as its Noble Phantasm self until she was summoned. Before then, it's just an ordinary object. The sheath is my Noble Phantasm. Until I manifested and infused it with magical energy, it would not function as a Noble Phantasm. Until you formed a contract with me, you would not have the power of immortality. Though, as long as it has been even a little magical energy within it, it may be able to protect the possessor's life. But it would be weak. To save a human being on the verge of death, it must have been necessary to integrate the sheath into your body. I see. Sorry. Saber, I feel bad for using your sheath for myself. What are you talking about? You are my master. It is quite natural for you to use what is mine. Aw. Besides, I was happy when I learned the truth, even though I could not save anyone from that disaster. My sheath still saved your life. There you go. Find the positive. ... Your smile is so bright, I can't help but look away. Shirou, does your wound hurt?
No, that's not it. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You did nothing wrong.
I cover my blushing face and fall silent. You did nothing wrong except for digging those fingers around in my gut. That's all. This is so embarrassing. Not speaking means no pain, but this is really awkward. I'm not sure how much time passed, just as I start to calm down. Saber speaks quietly. Okay, I'm gonna pause. I think we have enough stuff. I think last episode is actually last episode, and this isn't just all the same video, because this seems to be going quite a lot longer than what I thought. I thought there was just going to be a big fight to the death right then and there, and then Victor wins, we all go home. That does not seem to be the way that it is going to work. So, granted, one of those two could pop out of that hole at any, or, the church any moment, but until then, we wait. Anyways, hope you guys are having a great day today. If not, praying that it gets better for you, sincerely, wherever you are. Cool thing about prayer, sorry to get, well, no, I'm not really that sorry, but getting a little spiritual again, but cool thing about prayer, it can work across all time, or, even through a video, because God's cool like that. But anyway, hope you guys are all doing well, like I said, and take care of yourselves now. Bye.